DLSS 3 is a revolutionary technology that uses artificial intelligence to improve gaming performance by generating high-resolution frames from low-resolution inputs. It does this by using two main techniques, DLSS Super Resolution and DLSS Frame Generation. DLSS Super Resolution is the technique that was introduced in DLSS 2, which renders the game at a lower resolution and then uses a neural network to upscale it to a higher resolution. This reduces the workload on the GPU and allows for faster frame rates and higher graphic settings. DLSS Super Resolution also adapts to different games and scenes without requiring specific training, and it constantly improves through ongoing updates. DLSS Frame Generation is a new technique that was added in DLSS 3, which generates entirely new frames using AI. It takes four inputs: the current and previous game frames, an optical flow field, and game engine data such as motion vectors and depth. The optical flow field captures the direction and speed of pixel movement between two frames, and it is calculated by a dedicated hardware unit called the optical flow accelerator. The optical flow accelerator can capture pixel-level details such as particles, reflections, shadows, and lighting, which are not included in the game engine motion vector calculations. The DLSS Frame Generation neural network then uses these inputs to create a new frame that is inserted between the original frames. This increases the smoothness and responsiveness of the game. DLSS 3 also integrates NVIDIA Reflex, a low-latency technology that reduces input lag and optimizes system performance. NVIDIA Reflex works by synchronizing the CPU and GPU workloads, minimizing driver overhead, and enabling GPU power-saving features. This ensures that the game is always ready for the next user input and that the GPU is not wasting power on rendering frames that are not needed. By combining DLSS Super Resolution, DLSS Frame Generation, and NVIDIA Reflex, DLSS 3 can boost the performance of games by up to 4 times compared to native resolution rendering. This means that you can enjoy higher resolutions, better graphics quality, smoother gameplay, and lower latency with DLSS 3 enabled. DLSS 3 is powered by the 4th generation tensor cores and optical flow accelerator of the NVIDIA Ada Lovelace architecture, which are available on GeForce RTX 40 series graphics cards. That's how DLSS 3 works to improve gaming performance by using AI to generate high-resolution frames from low-resolution inputs. To enable DLSS 3 in your games, you need to have a compatible GeForce RTX 40 series graphics card and download both DLSS Super Resolution and DLSS Frame Generation SDKs/plugins from NVIDIA's website. Before you can enable DLSS 3 Frame Generation in Windows 10 for incredible gaming performance, you need to check if your system meets the requirements for DLSS 3. Here are the steps to do that. First, you need to have a compatible NVIDIA GPU and driver. DLSS 3 requires a GeForce RTX 40 series graphics card with the NVIDIA Ada Lovelace architecture, which powers the new 4th generation tensor cores and optical flow accelerator. You also need to install the latest graphics driver, which must be 512.15 or newer. Second, you need to have a supported game that integrates DLSS 3. DLSS 3 is already being rapidly adopted by the ecosystem, with over 35 games and applications integrating the technology, the first of which launch in October. You can check the list of supported games on NVIDIA's website or look for the DLSS logo on the Game Store page or Settings menu. Third, you need to have DirectX 11, DirectX 12, or Vulkan-based engine on your system. DLSS 3 works with any of these engines and uses AI to generate new frames based on the current and prior game frames, an optical flow field, and game engine data. Fourth, you need to have NVIDIA Reflex enabled on your system and game. NVIDIA Reflex is a low-latency technology that synchronizes the GPU and CPU, ensuring optimum responsiveness and low system latency. Smartly, NVIDIA have decreed that any game with DLSS 3 must also support NVIDIA Reflex, so you can enjoy both faster frame rates and smoother controls. If you meet all these requirements, congratulations! You are ready to enable DLSS 3 Frame Generation in Windows 10 for incredible gaming performance. In the next section, I will show you how to do that. In this section, I will show you how to enable DLSS 3 in Windows 10 settings and in-game options, and how to customize the quality and performance settings according to your preference. DLSS 3 is a revolutionary breakthrough in AI-powered graphics that massively boosts performance, while maintaining great image quality and responsiveness. It works by generating entirely new frames using optical flow and neural networks, and integrating NVIDIA Reflex low-latency technology for optimal responsiveness. DLSS 3 is powered by the new 4th-generation Tensor cores and optical flow accelerator of the NVIDIA Ada Lovelace architecture, which powers GeForce RTX 40 series graphics cards. To enable DLSS 3 in Windows 10 settings, you need to have a GeForce RTX 40 series graphics card and the latest NVIDIA driver, 512.15 or newer. You also need to download the NVIDIA DLSS SDK from the NVIDIA developer website and install it on your system. Once you have done that, you can open the NVIDIA control panel and go to Manage 3D Settings. Under Global Settings, scroll down to DLSS Mode and select Enable. This will enable DLSS 3 for all supported games and applications. To enable DLSS 3 in-game options, you need to launch the game that supports DLSS 3 and go to the Graphics or Video Settings menu. There, you should see an option to enable DLSS 3 or choose a DLSS mode. Depending on the game, you may have different modes to choose from, such as Quality, Balanced, Performance, or Ultra Performance. These modes affect the internal resolution and the scaling ratio of DLSS 3. For example, Quality mode uses a higher internal resolution and a lower scaling ratio, resulting in better image quality but lower performance. Performance mode uses a lower internal resolution and a higher scaling ratio, resulting in higher performance but lower image quality. You can experiment with different modes to find the best balance for your system and preference. To customize the quality and performance settings of DLSS 3 according to your preference, you can use the NVIDIA Streamline tool, which is an open-sourced cross-IHV solution that simplifies integration of super resolution technologies into applications and games. You can download Streamline from the NVIDIA developer website and install it on your system. Once you have done that, you can launch Streamline and select the game or application that you want to customize. Streamline will show you various parameters that you can adjust for DLSS 3, such as sharpness, noise reduction, temporal stability, motion blur reduction, and more. You can also see the performance impact of each parameter on your system. By tweaking these parameters, you can fine-tune DLSS 3 to achieve your desired level of quality and performance. That's how you can enable DLSS 3 in Windows 10 settings and in-game options, and how to customize the quality and performance settings according to your preference. I hope this video was helpful and informative. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Thanks for watching.